Welcome back to Grizzly Bites here on OUGrizzlies.com. My name is Neal Ruhl. We're here with Director of Athletics Tracy Huth. And Tracy, big news, really historic news, I guess you would say. Oakland University, starting July 1st, will be a member of the Horizon League.
Yes, we will, and it's been a great couple of days, certainly as far as announcing it and getting together with a lot of friends, a lot of people associated with the community, the university, and certainly with the Horizon League. Probably the biggest news we've had since we made the transition to Division I.
Yeah, and talking about that, Dr. Russi at the Board of Trustees meeting brought up an interesting point and something that really stuck with me. He talked about how one of the biggest attractions of Oakland to the Horizon League is how Oakland fits the academic profile as far as a student athlete is concerned. So you could indirectly say that every athlete that's walked through the doors here at Oakland University has had a hand in leading up to this moment.
Absolutely, and certainly for us, we talk a lot about graduates and champions, and although we probably started using that as a term and really what kind of our ultimate goal is, and really our mission's kind of based on that as far as how we view the student athlete. It's been about graduates and champions here since the inception of athletics all the way back in the 1960s. So when you think about that and the focus on academics and the desire to have that athletic success and be engaged and involved in the community, that goes all the way back to really the first programs that were started in 1964.
From a behind-the-scenes perspective, Tracy, maybe let some of the fans in. What is the biggest challenge? When you talk about a historic move, a monumental move, something like what happened here moving to the Horizon League, what's the biggest challenge on your end that maybe some of the fans aren't aware of?
Well, I think it's making the transition. There's both excitement of making the transition, but there's also some unknown. We've talked about getting back in a league in the rivalry with Valpo and what it will mean with Detroit Mercy. We're going to be competing against a lot of institutions that we normally do not. There's certainly some differences in being in the Horizon League, whether it's for us departmentally, for the university, I think as the community goes through it. So there'll be some adjustments associated with that, but we're certainly excited about it. But now that we're to this point, we really get down into implementing really what it's going to take for us. And as we've compared ourselves with the Horizon League, trying to continue to compete on a national level as well as the regional level, it's really going to be settling into that right now. And you can see that with the coaches, and I'm sure we'll see it with the student athletes this fall. Is the questions, they're ready, but it's like we know we have to make some adjustments, and that's really where we're at. To me, this whole process, and as we move forward, I suppose if there's a intercollegiate athletics bucket list, so to speak, going through this type of transition and having the opportunity, because there's people that are in this really in this realm, in this industry, their entire career and don't go through a conference move. So it's really kind of a bucket list, to me, it's kind of a bucket list type item that you would go through, and it's just really exciting.
Yeah, and one of the big exciting factors moving to the Horizon League, you talk about the Horizon League network, a high definition web stream where pretty much just about every game you can imagine will actually be webcasted and available for fans to watch. This really is an unprecedented level of coverage that the Horizon League will afford Oakland University athletics.
Yeah, and I think really, we're not really going to know how big it is until we get into it. I think we really anticipated, just obviously from being in the business as you are and what it means to be able to have that coverage. I think yesterday, for us was kind of the first step in that, having the event at the Detroit Athletic Club with the Horizon League officially making the announcement, having it being streamed live, people making comments about that, talking even about the high definition quality, and it's there, it's real time. So it's not only real time, but you can go back and pretty much view everything that as far as the content goes. And to think that you'll be able to watch in high definition every basketball game within the league, whether it's Oakland or any of the other member institutions, to just have that ability, that's a huge change, and that's a whole lot of opportunity for us as a university community, for our fans, for recruits, to just really get that Oakland brand out there across the country and really around the world.
And you talk about taking steps. And behind us right now, you can see the construction taking place on the baseball field, just upgrades going on all over the place, something we've talked about, the Upper Fields project with the track facility, the tennis facility. you definitely are taking those steps, and obviously the end of the month you still have the obligation to host a Summit League baseball tournament. I know that it's something that everybody's really excited about.
Sure is, and I think we've talked about this before, whether it's the lower fields project, baseball, softball, some of the things we've done with soccer, approval of the upper fields project that we're really kind of getting involved in and ready to go. That's probably going to start in July sometime with the grading and just seeing, kind of getting some final schematics of that. Pretty exciting stuff, and no different than this move to the Horizon League. It's really with the vision and leadership and commitment of the Board of Trustees and Dr. Russey, our president, that this is all happening. Specifically to baseball, softball, the lower fields project, coming a little bit later than we had anticipated. The spring weather has kind of held us up, so we're kind of trying to get it done, but it's really going to be exciting, I think, and especially now as the players are seeing it, and a few of the fans that have come to the game yesterday are seeing, wow, this is going to be a great addition to our athletic profile and our facilities, and be a real attraction for us. And we look forward to hosting that Summit League tournament and our team to participate in it. And what a great opportunity for them, and really for us, as bittersweet moment as we're exiting the Summit League, but what a great opportunity as we do that to host the last championship of the year.
All right, and Tracy, finally, before we let you go, it's a question I'm asking a lot lately to you. Again, we'll wind it back. When you set foot on this campus as a swimmer way back in the day, did you ever think it was going to become this? Did you ever think it was going to become high definition streams and multiple construction projects going on? Did you ever think it would be this?
Yeah, well, aging myself, but cell phones weren't even, I don't even think anyone even knew what a cell phone was going to be back then. So no, I don't think you can ever imagine. I think at that moment, for me as a student back then, the place was just so big and expansive, and it still is. It's for me now, it's realizing the beauty of this campus and the potential of this campus. And now you see a lot of that potential coming to fruition, whether it's athletics, whether it's new academic programs, new faculty, a med school, the partnership with Cooley Law. Back then, to think all those things were coming, absolutely not. And even now, as we move into the Horizon League, we had one of our exiting senior student athletes talk about, wow, this is great. Just wish I was going to be here to enjoy it. I've been very fortunate because I have been able to continue to enjoy it. So very fortunate from that standpoint. But wow, to think what this growth is, and all this stuff happens and comes in fall of 2 of 14, and we start in the Horizon League. You look at what's happened over the last 20 years, 10 years, what's going to happen over the next 10 to 20. It's just fascinating to even think about that.
You'll definitely have to stay tuned. It's definitely an unprecedented level of excitement here around Oakland University. Well, Tracy, we appreciate the time, and we'll make sure we catch up with you over the summer. We got to check in with you over the summer, okay?
Absolutely, and appreciate your time and certainly all the commitment and passion that that you and the rest of the athletic communication staff has, especially over the last week or so. It's been a busy time, and certainly appreciate it.
All right, Tracy, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appropriate motion would be to both approve the budget for 2014 to allow us to move into the Horizon League and to grant to President Russey the authority to enter into any and all agreements necessary to make that move. So, someone would like to make that motion? So moved. Is there a second? Second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Tracy, great job. We look forward to this. It's going to be a great thing for the university. Thank you very much.